Shout out to Baby Smack.
Neighborhood.
What's up, YouTube? As promised, in Part 11, we're going to visit the east side of Compton and the Neighborhood Compton Crips.
Kev Mac video, you know this is for sure. Kev Mac video, open your soul, represent your ghetto, baby. Kev Mac video, you know this is for sure. Kev Mac video, open your soul, represent your ghetto, baby. For the dime moves and the lokes, for the 6-4s on spokes, for the OGs that did a dime, came back around on parole, for the homegirls with the scrap game, little homies that gang bang, from Pelican Bay to YA, rearrange your mind frame. Yeah, I know what you been through, shit you had to go tend to. Your mama gave birth on the turf, I know them killers you kin to. This for the lost generation, broke as hell, mad and impatient. But if you know your history, you can't have a strong foundation, baby. Kev Mac video, you know this is for sure. Kev Mac video, open your soul, represent your ghetto, baby. Kev Mac video, you know this is for sure. Kev Mac video, open your soul, represent your ghetto, baby.
The Neighborhood Compton Crips set is predominantly African American, and they're located on the east side of South Compton. Their turf is widely surrounded by Crips and the Hollywood Pyrus. Their turf spreads from Alondra Boulevard to Greenleaf Boulevard, between Long Beach Boulevard and Penn Ness Avenue. In the early 1970s, there was a large group of guys calling themselves the Penn Ness Street Family.
I was from Penn Ness Family first.
Right.
And Penn Ness Family started as lowriders, you know what I'm saying? That's what the Majestics and all them are now. You know what I'm saying? It metamorphosis, you know, to the Majestics. And the Penn Ness Family was basically a group of everybody from Compton. If you were somebody from Terry Carter to Terry Tarzan, Debbie Bernard, Marcellus Robinson, I mean, if you was anybody from Compton, you was on Penn Ness, because that's where all the lowriders and everybody grouped up. But then, like I said, it was a major split. And if I'm wrong or right, it had to be like 74, 75.
From the split?
Yeah, with the split.
Yeah, pretty
because
much around there.
when the split happened, there was some U.S., which they known as the South Side now, which is like right across the street, right across Long Beach Boulevard, which some of them did hang with some Crips. It was like, because like I said, and it was some, I know they were allies with Bloods, because they jumped me the first day of school at Roosevelt, and I got to Roosevelt like in 73. That's how I remember who they was. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, all this stuff manifested to where, I just want to say we were all black men before we were anything. So we all went to school with Pyrus and everybody else. It wasn't no gang, it was pre-gang, and we all knew each other. And it kind of got to a level, like I said, everything just grow and manifest to a negative. It just grew to a negative. We just started the Crip thing was, they was campaigning and we was pushing the line, and we got to Neighborhood Crips. And Criminal P, we stayed on the corner. It was Criminal We. And this was like 76, where we just started in Hood Crip. We just came out with names like in the late 70s and 80s, just because of territory where you was at. So we said neighborhood because we had a neighborhood community that was going to the parks and having donations and having picnics. It wasn't no gang ties to that. So I added Crip on it, NHC, me, Chubb, Lamb, Killer Wayne. This was before you too.
Yeah, Pee Wee.
Pee Wee, Earl Walker.
Yeah, Pee Wee
right.
It's almost like me and Pee Wee switched places.
The east side Neighborhood Compton Crips fall up under the Compton Crip banner. It's always Compton Crip first. Although they don't fall up under the Neighborhood Crip Alliance of South Los Angeles, during the 1980s, their independence did not spare them of the Los Angeles neighborhood influence.
You know what I'm saying? So we started putting NHC instead of neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? So that's when Neighborhood Compton Crip was born. And then I had a homeboy that we used to throw it up like this, but Brims was doing this in LA.
The Brims to the Crips in LA was like the Pyrus to the Crips in Compton. Throwing up the wrong gang sign could cost you your life.
So I had a homeboy move to the Imperial Courts. Pee-wee, and he was throwing it up, not knowing that they was in Imperial Courts, thought that he was a Brim, and they killed him. So we had to change it to 2 fingers and a thumb. Because that's how, when we was in LA, you know what I'm saying, they were like, this is how we got to throw up live. So I took it to my hood and said, out of 48 Hummer coming out the crib, I said, we got to throw it up like this, or we going to get killed. You know what I'm saying, in LA. Yeah. So that's how that was born, you know what I'm saying?
One guy the audience may be familiar with throwing up 2 fingers and a thumb will be Seeing Lope from Banging on Wax.
How much time you do, Bodacious?
Oh, in and out?
On that last trip.
Last one I did what, 10? Yeah, 10. Before that I did like 5 and 3 and in and out on Bali. So you said my whole life I did like 23 as a juvenile and all together. I counted up about 23 years, you know, behind bars, you know. And I like I said, I met some homies, like we go to 48 where you had Crazy Pope, Petey Wack, Big Cat, them, you know what I'm saying? Cat's my dog. I played football with Cat Chino, you know what I'm saying? But see, we kept our Crip at 100, you know what I'm saying? Because when we got there, we respect each other. We had little rivalries for a minute, you know what I'm saying? But when you get to the pen, it's you black or else, you know what I'm saying? The politics change. And my mind is like, why we can't do this on the street? Why we got to go to jail to be united? Because when I was in the pen, we came up, it was a brother that was a cellie, he was from Swan, and he was my cellie, but he was a genius, like, you know what I'm saying? He wrote books. Matter of fact, he taught me how to do language as far as reading paragraphs and, you know, colon, semicolon, the whole 9 yards. So this brother got together and said, man, let's start something, even back then, to kind of curve this stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because they never, the police and the guards and some of the inmates never seen a Crip and a Blood in the same cell together. You know what I'm saying? But we came up with this thing called Get Knowledge. So we would have people, just like when they did the Million Man March, we marched in the pen when they said that we couldn't. So we just knew that's how powerful that was. Brother named Kubwa, you know what I'm saying? Shagani or King Shigun, you know what I'm saying? Swahili. But he was a Damu. But we started learning and started studying and getting in the books and starting to kind of find out a Dollar Rob and them from Venice Showline. It was a gang of us got together to get knowledge. And that's what we started doing. I started reading books like by Dr. Naeem Akbar, J.T. Krishnamurti, The Way to Intelligence, the Bible, the Quran, anything I can get my hands on. I had plenty of time to read. You know what I'm saying? I read them backwards and forwards. So I was like, we got to come up with some solutions. Just like I seen Big U video the other day. And when I seen Big U the other day, he was talking about the football and stuff that they was getting in. And if you want to be gangster and you call yourself a gangster, go back to your, that's why the main reason I came back to my hood today is to say, let's do something different. Let's stop some of these killings because this is our stuff. We did this. It ain't the white supremacy. Yeah, they got a hold on certain things. We know how they started. We know how we got here. But at the same time, I ain't never seen no clan come over here and kill a brother. When I see brothers around the corner killing brothers, you know what I'm saying? And it's accepted. Because you can go to pen for snitching and they frown on you. Or a pedophile, they frown, they kill you. But you can go to jail for raping a sister, murdering a brother, and robbing a brother, breaking into somebody's mama's house, and it's accepted. That's the most backwards indoctrination in the universe to me. You know what I'm saying? That shouldn't be accepted. We should come up with a code. We got to come up with codes that like, this is not accepted coming in here for killing our own. I got it.
Hey, that's going to do it for the Neighborhood Compton Crips. For those of you that know, the OG legend from the West Side, Barefoot Pookie, is passed. So I'm going to interrupt this Neighborhood Alliance before we get to the East Side. I want to give a tribute and pay homage to Barefoot Pookie. Be sure to hit the like button. Don't be afraid to leave a comment. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe.